offline UPS system, also called as line preferred system. So in this session, we are going to discuss what is the meaning of offline UPS or line preferred UPS and how it is different from the online UPS. In the previous session, we have discussed that online UPS is preferable because it has protection circuits, but offline UPS does not have any kind of protection circuits. Why it is called as line preferred? Line preferred means here the input AC supply is termed as line. Input AC supply is termed as line. So line preferred means input AC supply is preferred more than the UPS system. So what will be the condition? The condition is that the main static switch is normally on and the main static switch of the UPS is normally off. So we will discuss how this offline UPS works. So this is the block diagram of a typical offline UPS system. The blocks are same. There is no difference. Only the difference here is that in the offline UPS system, which is also called as line preferred, this is the input AC line. So it will be normally on. The main static switch connected to the AC supply through a static switch to the load is normally on, and the UPS static switch which is providing the AC voltage to the load is normally off. This is the basic difference between the online UPS and the offline UPS. We will see in brief the functions of each block again. So the single phase AC input, single phase AC input, or we can say three phase 120-degree separation, and this is a three phase supply. Okay, it is given to the rectifier. This rectifier will convert the AC to the DC voltage. This charger is going to provide the DC voltage to the battery bank for the charging. So here the output is obviously pure DC at this point. This battery bank is also providing the DC voltage to the inverter. This is DC. This is also DC. So what is the function of rectifier? To convert AC into DC. Function of charger? To charge the battery bank. This battery bank. Now this battery bank and the rectifier unit is in parallelly connected to the inverter. Then what is the function of inverter? It will convert this DC to AC. And this AC supply is fed via some switch to the load. If we are using UPS normally off switch. So first what we are getting? We are converting the AC to DC. This DC directly to the inverter or to the battery, and then this is first AC, this second DC, and third again the pure AC to the, it is given to the load. This is in brief how the waveforms at various stages. So here, what is the waveform here? Here the waveform is AC. What is the waveform here to the load? The waveform of load is, input is AC. Here also AC. Where the waveform is DC? At this point. Now let us see the working of this offline UPS system in detail. This is the block diagram of the typical offline system. The only difference between the offline and the online UPS is that the main static switch here is normally on. The main static switch here is normally on, and UPS static switch is normally off. It connects the AC mains directly to the load when the mains is on. Okay, it connects the AC mains directly to the load when the AC mains is on. The battery charger is a stabilized one which maintains the battery on a float at fully charged condition, and at the same time it provides a stabilized power to the inverter. The other static switch, that is this UPS static switch, is normally off switch. It is closed, or we can say it is on only when the mains gets filled. Thus, in the offline UPS system, the inverter comes into the circuit only when the main circuit or the mains supply, this main supply when fails, then only the UPS comes into the picture. And for such condition, the switching speed of this UPS must be very high. Means it should take very less time to switch on from its off state. And when it has to switch on when the input mains, when this mains fails, then this static switch has to be turned on immediately. The rectifier cum charger has to do only one function, that is to charge the battery bank. This battery bank is getting DC voltage from this rectifier unit. At the same time, it is providing the DC voltage to the inverter. Therefore, its size and power rating is lower than that of the online UPS system. Means what? Here, the main function of this charger is to only charge the battery bank. Although, in the previous block diagram, we have seen that it is providing supply to the inverter, but here the main function of this charger is to charge the battery and not to provide the DC voltage to the inverter. Primary function to charge the battery, then the battery will provide the DC power to the inverter, and hence the rating of this charger is less as compared to the online UPS system. Under the condition of mains failure, the static switch operates to disconnect the mains from the load and connect the load to the UPS output. Means when this input will fail, obviously there must be a switch which will connect this UPS to the load. At the same time, it has to disconnect this line. Now, when the mains are disconnected properly, the battery will then supply the power to the inverter, and hence the output of the inverter is fed to the load. That is, the battery will then supply the power to the load. This battery is going to supply power to the load via the inverter. If inverter is not used, then what will be the power? The power will DC, but our generally our load is AC. So how we will get the AC voltage? With this inverter. So this inverter is going to convert the DC voltage from the battery to the AC voltage, which is required for the load. Hence, the total time required to sense the power failure and to make a changeover from the mains to the UPS is about 1/4 cycle, and that is a 5 millisecond if the input frequency is 50 Hz in India. There is no isolation provided between the load and the AC mains, and hence this UPS is not recommended for highly critical loads. Critical loads means a load where temporary power failure is a severe consequence. No isolation is provided between the load and the mains. So this can be the disadvantage, and hence it is not preferred for the critical load. Now let us see what are the specifications of the offline UPS system as we have seen for the online UPS system. The first specification is the power rating. So if you can observe here, the power rating they have mentioned is very less as compared to the online. They have mentioned up to the 50 kVA, but here they have mentioned the power rating from 500 volt amperes to 2 kVA. It can be more, but generally it is not, as it is not used for critical load, so they have not mentioned that. So power rating 500 volt amperes to 2 kVA. Input voltage, obviously input voltage is AC mains. It ranges from 170 to 270 volts, 50 hertz. Battery voltage depends how what rating of battery you are using. Okay, you can use a 12 volt battery and connect it to batteries to obtain the 24 volt 6.5 ampere hour, or you can use 48 volt 6.5 ampere hour. Mains on, if it is mains on in on condition, then the voltage will be 230 volts plus minus 5 volt 5 percentage. So when the UPS is on, the output is 230 volts plus minus 0.5% of this. Output voltage waveform is obviously sinusoidal. Output frequency, it has to be 50 Hz as our AC appliances in India is operating on 50 Hz of frequency. Tolerance is 3%. So if the UPS is on, the frequency output has to be 50 Hz, and some tolerance of 2 Hz is sufficient enough. Then the battery charging time, it is in general, these are not that the battery is requiring 4 hours. It depends on the rating of what is the power rating of the UPS. It totally depends on this. For small applications, means say 0.5 kVA or 500 volt ampere, the charging time may be 4 hours. But if it is high power UPS, then the charging time is obviously more. Backup times generally they provide for 30 minutes, and it can be more depending upon the load. Transfer time, it is approximately 5 millisecond. It should not exceed 5 millisecond. If there is a 5 millisecond time duration or more, then it cannot be called as uninterruptible power supply. Efficiency, it has to be greater than 85%. It must provide output overload voltage protection, mains over voltage protection. It should give signs of such as low battery or battery charge, etc. Here there is only over voltage or overload protection, but no protection against surge or electromagnetic interference or radio frequency interference. We can compare with the online UPS system. Now here we should understand how this 5 millisecond, again the transfer time is calculated, and why only this time is considered. So we will have a look, we will make one simple calculation to understand why only 5 millisecond is considered and what will happen if it is more than 5 millisecond. See, the input AC is like this. For one cycle, the time period is 20 millisecond if frequency is 50 hertz. For half a cycle, it is 10 millisecond, and for another half, it is 10 millisecond. So, for 1 by 4 cycle, it is 5 millisecond, 5 millisecond. Again, I divide it 5 millisecond, 5 millisecond. See here, the voltage is increasing up to how much time? Up to 5 millisecond. It is having the maximum amplitude. Means if we can say 230 volts. If our switching time falls, if our switching time increases to say 6 or 7 millisecond, then this voltage will be reduced. This voltage will be reduced. If this voltage is reduced, then obviously the load will switch off. The appliance will switch off. If the appliance is switching off, then what is the use of UPS? Hence, the switching on time of this UPS must be less than 5 millisecond. After 5 millisecond, the voltage drops. The voltage amplitude reduces. That's why we are keeping the switching time less than 5 millisecond. So this is all about the offline UPS system. Generally, the offline UPS system is not used for critical load. It is used only for general purpose application where we are not using the critical loads. This is all about offline UPS system. Thank you very much.